Alright, I don't usually do this kind of thing, but I was looking around for criticisms on Battlefront today after I got done playing it. I was looking for good, I was looking for bad. I wanted to see what people liked it, I wanted to see what people hated about it. I couldn't find much. I looked on Reddit, I looked on YouTube, couldn't find nothing except, you know, from game journalists, which, you know, all you gotta do is throw a pretty looking game in front of them and it's gonna get a 10 out of 10, so their opinions are pretty invalid. So I decided, hey, I'll make my own opinion and post it on YouTube. Download shitty SHAREfactory and do it myself. Well, I don't like this game. I don't like it one bit. And to give myself a little backstory here, I love Battlefront, I love Battlefield. When I was a kid, I didn't really like, you know, shooter games. I didn't like guns, I didn't like any of that. I was a weeaboo in training, so to speak. But the first game that I played that was a shooter game was Star Wars Battlefront. And I loved it. It was great. I liked Star Wars, played it, and it was wonderful. Got me into shooters. Then, you know, years later, I played Battlefield. Starting with Bad Company 2. I love Battlefield. Played them all. Great. Wonderful. But when we found out DICE was making this Battlefield, or this, I guess I kind of spoiled it, this Battlefront, it was great. Oh boy, because, you know, it was already kind of like Battlefield. Well, now they can just make it and it'll be great again, right? We get Battlefront back. Well, not so much. In fact, not at all. Now, I'm sure many people will say, my opinion's invalid because, oh, you just suck, look at this gameplay, you totally suck. Well, that's the easy way out. Just say you suck, and then games have no problems. No opinions matter if you suck, right? Well, I'd say I'm better, slightly better than average. You know, I'm decent. I know how to aim, I know how to shoot, blah, blah, blah. Even though you just saw me get trashed right there by a head glitcher. Then again, that could be interpreted to, oh, you just suck. Anyways, let's start with the game mechanics, you know. How is the game in this engine, in the Frostbite engine? Well, as many people know, it's first person and it's third person. I'll start with first person. First person, as I suspected before the game came out and before I played it, it feels like cheap Battlefield. Feels like, you know, Battlefield 3, Battlefield 4, Hardline, except cheaper. Very cheap feeling and very, ugh. Like, I don't like it that much. Along with its ADS. The ADS, as you can see, isn't an aim down sight. It's a scope in or a zoom in if you're using the last two guns, I'm assuming. I'm not sure about the blaster pistol I'm using right now, but I'm positive about the last one. That was in Battlefront 2? The scope in. I guess that was a feature that people wanted, and they brought it back. DICE knowing what Battlefront fans want. Well, that's old, and no one wants it. That's what old shooters do. It comes off as very cheap, very lazy, very nonsensical. I mean, you don't even get a dot. You don't even get a dot when you zoom, and it's just, you know, the crosshairs converge for some... It's ridiculous. I don't understand why they did that. It comes off as very, very cheap. That's not usually what AAA shooters do nowadays, you know? Now, let's talk about the third person, which, you know, matters more to Battlefront fans like myself. It's stiff. It's bad. It's not good. Battlefront 2 makes this game look like crap in terms of controllability in third person. I was shocked. Like, considering its AAA budget, high AAA. It's not, you know, like BioShock Infinite has terrible gun mechanics. It's still a AAA title. No, this is a multiplayer shooter. AAA multiplayer shooter, and it is terrible. Terrible. It is the worst third-person shooter I played in that regard. You know, Uncharted puts it to shame. Gears of War puts it to shame. I don't understand why it's like that, but... Now, I'm sure many people know, this game doesn't play like Battlefield. It plays like Call of Duty. Fast-paced action, infantry-focused, the works. That's all fine and good, except one thing. Like I said, it feels like Battlefield. Now, why is that a problem? Battlefield is clunky. Battlefield has weight to people. You know, it's realistic. Well, that doesn't serve well to fast, arcadey gameplay. It comes off feeling very cool. Like, you know, you're used to bouncing around, jumping around corners, blah, 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 doing all this shit. You can't really do that because, you know, it just, it feels bad. It's very annoying to do. It's not satisfying whatsoever and isn't good. I don't like that. Now, let's get to the gunplay, the gun mechanics. Something is very, very wrong with the gun mechanics in this. It mainly in third person, even though third person in this game you have the great advantage, well over, you know, first person players. In third person, you especially notice it. Very inaccurate. Like, everyone's making the joke that, oh, this isn't a real Star Wars game. Stormtroopers can aim. No, I guess they must have taken that criticism to heart and made it so. No, Stormtroopers can't aim. Neither can Rebels. No one can aim. You shoot people, and you can constantly miss them, even though your crosshairs are right on them. Now, with that gun, the blaster pistol I just used, you can't see that as much, because that's the most accurate as far as I know of. I think it's the most accurate. But with this gun I got now, the last unlock, and all the base guns, not so much. Very, very inaccurate. Very hard to hit people. I've had numerous times where I'm trying to get that last shot on someone, cannot do it, even though I'm aiming perfectly fine. It is bad. Not only that, when you do kill them, it feels very shallow, like you're playing a Call of Duty single-player campaign killing someone. It doesn't feel like you're killing a player. It feels like you're killing not even an AI bot. It just feels like you're killing AI, like Battlefront, too. Killing bots in there feels way more satisfying than this, which sounds ridiculous, but I don't get it. That's just how it is. It's weird. I have no feeling killing people in this. So, alright. Not very positive so far. Now let's get to the gameplay. Sometimes the gameplay can make up for game mechanics, right? Well, not in this case. As many people who will probably know that have watched the streams, watched big YouTuber videos, the balance is horrible in this, at least in Walker Assault. Not so much drop zones because it's random, which is what I'm playing now, but it is not good. The Rebels are at a complete disadvantage, obviously, because you're going against two AT-ATs and a bunch of AT-STs, you know? So, and what do you got? You got some turrets. Not, you know, very authentic to the movie, right? Well, I feel like there's this weird duality. Team-wise, the Rebels definitely have the disadvantage. But when you're playing by yourself, the single person, I feel like the Empire actually has a disadvantage compared to the Rebels, map-wise, because, you know, at the first uplink stations, it's literally an uphill battle, you know? They got total terrain advantage with rocks and shit. Not only that, there's big mountains that the Rebels have easier access to than Imperials. And because of that, they can just sit up there, camp up there, and destroy everyone. I've been spawn killed so many times by people doing that. It's very annoying. So playing as a single player, not as a team unit, but as, you know, lone wolfing, as many people are doing in this beta, it's actually just about as imbalanced. It's weird. Not only is that aspect unbalanced, the last two unlocks for the guns in this, the blaster pistol and this gun I'm using right here, are definitively better than the starting ones. Definitively better. Completely better. There's no point in even using them after you get this, so, you know, obviously imbalances aren't good. They'll probably fix that, but still. But as I'm sure you already heard, I said blaster pistol for a primary. So what's the secondary? Nothing. There is no secondary. They must have lost it in the mail. Because no secondaries in this game. Which is extremely annoying because, you know, I don't know if you couldn't tell, there's no ammo in this. There's an overheat system. Shoot longer, you overheat. Not unfamiliar to Battlefront fans. Alright, fine, whatever. Every gun's like that. That's what's not fine, and it's very, very annoying. It makes it seem like, okay, punishes you for pissing lasers everywhere, but in reality, it's almost kind of noobish, because if you do that, you know, you eventually overheat, you kill a bunch of players, kill them in a row, you're stuck with your pants down. There's literally nothing you can do. Nothing you can do. And guess what? Free kill. Free kill for the bad players who can't get their own kills. That's what we want. Very Call of Duty-esque mechanic there, so to speak. Well, it's got the Gears of War active reload, so no, it's for skilled players, right? Yeah, no, not really. Pickups. The pickups in this. There's pickups, you know, weapons, vehicles, whatnot. They vary from very powerful to flat-out broken OP. Not good. So, you know, you got your weapons that you pick up. Grenades, rockets, claymores. More claymores in Battlefield, guys. Very good stuff. Yes, we all want that. Said no one ever. Many of them. There's a lot of them throughout the map. Very easy to see. Very easy to find. It's not like, you know, power pickups in Halo. Nothing like the power weapons, you know. But it's also like the power weapons in regards to where they spawn. They spawn in consistent spots. So, you can camp them, like the AT-AT spawns. Which, people have... I've seen a guy get 54-1. 54-1 camping the AT-AT spawn. Because when you get into it, shoot some people, get out of it, guess what? You spawn right next to it. And there's no cooldowns on it whatsoever. I feel like they'll fix that, but if they don't, ooh, this game will get bad very fast. Very dumb. Very dumb. I don't know why they didn't think about that. So, as I said before, gameplay's like COD, feels like Battlefield. That's not the only thing that's like that. The maps are Battlefield maps. I'm sure you can tell. Very realistic looking, rocky, you know, got that aesthetic to it. And also, you know, they're designed the same. COD maps have actual design. You know, if there's a window somewhere, that's purposefully like that. They put that window there to look at an objective, to camp, to do whatever bullshit. Well, in this game, it's not. It's just, you know, there's plenty of rocks to soft spot, head glitch behind, plenty of rocks to hide behind, just rocks in general. It also makes it very hard to traverse, because you got the Battlefield, you know, scaling mechanics, you know, very hard to mantle on top of things, especially rocks. It's very, extremely annoying to, you know, just get across the map, just climb stuff. Very hard. And then, you know, the camping is very rampant, very annoying. Which, this isn't a Battlefield game, so it's way more annoying. There's no tactical investment here. It's supposed to be arcadey. It's supposed to be fun. Ends up not being fun. So there's the gameplay for you. Now I wanted to compare this to Battlefront 2. How was it different? Well, everything's different pretty much, outside of being called Battlefront. So, as I said, maps, not very good in this, but when in, you know, Battlefront, you get cool maps, cool looking maps, that are also nicely designed. I liked that. Very good. In this, not so much. You get dull maps. Pretty dull maps. Obviously not fun to traverse anywhere. The game flow. The game flow in this is terrible. It's really bad. So, Battlefront. What was the premise of Battlefront? What was the premise of making Battlefront? Recreate the battles in Star Wars movies. Battles. Battlefront. They're supposed to feel like battles. These don't feel like battles. They feel like, you know, 1v1 skirmishes most of the time, like you get in Call of Duty. You know, you just run through these, you know, alleyways, choke points, shoot a guy, move on, shoot a guy. It doesn't feel like a battle. There's no struggles, really. You sort of get that in Walker Assault, but it does not feel like a battle. In Battlefront, when you played that, you have tanks, you got plenty of, you know, battle droids or something, just swarming at you. It feels like a battle. It feels like a struggle. Choke points. Might not, yeah, people don't like choke pointy gameplay. I get that. I usually don't either. But it just doesn't feel, the atmosphere isn't the same. So it kind of just ruins it. Like I implied before, the Battlefront 2 mechanics, 10-year-old mechanics, are better than this game. Why? I don't know. I have no idea, but they are. The game feels so much better. The game actually has aged extremely well. I'm surprised. Battlefront 2 has. But you know, we can do better than that. We can do better than Battlefront 2. We have done better than Battlefront 2. Look at Warframe. Warframe's a great third-person shooter. I think Digital Extreme should have made Battlefront 3 instead of EA. That's for certain. Well, to actually put some positive light on this, put a nice spin on it, the vehicles in this are actually good. They're a lot like Battlefront. I'm surprised. You know, it's not like clunkiness, kind of hard to control jets in Battlefield. They're actually good. I like them. Easy to control, nice, and fun. Then, you know, you got how are the fighters, you know? How's TIE fighters, X-Wings? Good. I'm surprised, too. I heard they were bad. I heard it controlled bad. But, nah, they're not that bad. But they're useless. Completely useless. You get in it. What do? You try to shoot at the ground a little bit. You'll probably crash like that guy just fucking did. Or, you know, you'll just try to fight another fighter and probably fail and crash into the ground. Not very fun at all. I understand the inclusion, really. So, let's start wrapping things up. Is this game worth $60? No. Not even close. Let alone the $70 digital deluxe version to get your Han Solo blaster pistol and emotes. Emotes. Literally no one uses fucking emotes in this. I forget they even exist. They take up precious D-pad spots that could be used for anything else. But no, let's use emotes. Yeah. Great stuff. The game's boring, actually. The game's very boring, very dull. Many people have already said this in YouTube comments. It's extremely boring to watch. I doubt anyone's gonna watch this video or watch it all the way through, because it's boring. Unless you actually give a shit about the fucking shit I say. But this game is boring. It's a shame, because, you know, Battlefront 2, not boring. I mean, it makes Black Ops 3 look good in comparison. It makes it look real fun. And it's definitely going to beat this game out this year. And Fallout 3. People are going to spend their $60 elsewhere. Simple as that. I think I know why. This game is rushed. This game needed an extra year. I have a feeling it's not going to have the content. I have a feeling it's not going to live up to anything. It's not mechanically needs work. I'm assuming it's going to need more content-wise. I just feel like it's going to be a Titanfall 2 in that regards. But, well, that's my thoughts on this. So, there you go.